everybody, and welcome back to SCDC presents The Age Woman. I am Miss Nicole, and I am here to just talk it up with you guys. Today, I'm bringing you my series, That Good Herb Talk, and I definitely told you ladies to be on the lookout for that because the Good Herb Talk is where it's at, where I share all my information about learning about healing and the use of applying natural herbs. Okay, so now, uh, one thing that I have, like I said, I've been trying to do because I have been dealing with, I'm in the process of trying to help my husband, heal himself from having multiple myeloma cancer. And so I have been, before he got ill, I was interested in the study of herbs. I just never, took it anywhere, because, you pick it up, but you just put it down until you're ready to work it again. So I did know a little bit about a little bit. When I learned about Dr. Sabi and, his mission and everything, and cancer is scary and it's serious. So I have been first praying and giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Because without him, I am absolutely nothing. All honor and glory and praise go to him. Because I am nothing. I'm not that smart, ladies. Trust me. So you are talking to someone who has total faith, period. And I walk it. When he brings it to me, I apply it because that's how you overcome. If the Most High gives you knowledge or wisdom about something, use that knowledge for your good, for the good. That's when things really start to move. So getting back to the story, I've been using herbs and I have a background in health in the medical field. I used to practice OBGYN, a CMA certified medical assistant, and also I did general practice and family care, family health, like general practice. So, and I'm just, I'm a B student, B, because I don't really apply myself as much as I could, but I apply myself just enough to do what I need to do, which is bad because I'm smart and I could do more, but I'm just lazy kind of, but I'm trying to snap out of that. So what I'm telling you guys is I picked up on this herbs and how to apply it and how to utilize it for the good. And I recommend that you ladies definitely learn about the human body and how your system works. If you don't have any knowledge about your body, you need to learn that stuff. It's vital. And if you want to care for yourself and you're going to have to care for your family, you're going to have to learn stuff like that, period. So when it came down to, I've been using the herbs to take care of him. He broke his back in 3 different places, cracked 2 of them and broke another one. And, his iron, I could tell his iron is down. And listening to Dr. Sabi, like I didn't go secondhand. When I tell you I've listened to every video he's made, I've read everything I could find, period. And not just him. The Minister of Wellness. The Minister of Wellness is telling you in your face what you need to do to take care of yourself. And I'm listening and I'm applying it and I'm getting good works with what I've done and the things that I've utilized. So I'm not out here just researching my own thing, coming up with my own ideas. I'm using the knowledge and education that I got from going to school. I'm learning from a person who has actually cured someone. He's used his hands to cure someone. And then I'm listening to someone who is actually out there learning the knowledge and showing you how to apply the knowledge. And then when you apply the knowledge, you get good work, so you know that it works. So now that you understand my methodology, and it works. A lot of people, we don't really realize how unhealthy we are, and it's really sad that we are as unhealthy as we are. But it's not, it is something that we can do. Now, I'm going to talk about that right after these messages. Hey, thanks for listening to my podcast. If you ever wanted to have your very own podcast, I can tell you how to set it up right now. Anchor is an awesome app that's free to download. You can use its creation tools to edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast so that you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more other platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenerships. And also, it has everything that you need in one place. All you need to do is go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. I look forward to hearing your new podcast any day now. Thanks. And now back to the show. Hey guys, and welcome back to that good herb talk. And this is Miss Nicole. So, like I was saying, the application of the herbs is a whole nother thing that you're gonna have to learn. First of all, you're gonna have to lose the stigma of thinking that herbs is like voodoo, when clearly in the Bible it says that I have given you every seed bearing fruit under the sun. Those are to nourish us and to heal us. That's what they're for. So we have to get past that. If you can believe in Western medicine, certainly you should believe in the medicine from where you come from. Yes, and we have to be that way. And the herbs work. I tell you, I took a sip of, I don't want to say the name, because I want you guys, I'm not repeating any names of anything, but I took a sip of this herb, and literally I could feel charges go up through my brain, my forehead. I could feel it go to my brain, and it was amazing. And I'm telling you, the information is out there. If you have an interest about learning how to work these herbs and become an herbalist, do it, because that is your calling and that's what you're supposed to be doing. We all should have some level of knowledge about the herbs and how to use them, even if it's just on a small level of some kind of way. But you ladies that really want to that are inspired to really heal, you definitely should investigate. And Dr. Sebi is the truth, point blank, period. Dr. Sebi is the truth. So whatever he says is the truth, not somebody else and what their opinion is and their speculation about it is. What Dr. Sebi said is the truth. Because Dr. Sebi is the one who took the time to learn how to do this, and he is the one who stood in front of the courts and proved who he was. So we have to make sure we check our sources and where we get our information from and why that's so important, right? But and it's a few other people out there who do support and speak in his ways, but we just have to be mindful, you know what I'm saying, of the information that we take in, and and just be willing to use the information that you take in. Once you learn something, you're obligated, you should use it. Use those skills, use those talents. My stepdaughter, she comes to the house and she says, I can't play my clarinet anymore. I said, yeah, because you don't breathe. Yeah, how you know? I said, because you ain't been practicing and you don't even breathe when you singing in the studio. She got this, I always tell her that she has a coffee house vibe because her coffee house vibe, because she likes to sit down and be lazy with her vocals. When I tell her, if you stand up and put some emotion into your songs, because she writes some of the beautifulest songs, you guys. I'm going to, one day when she's recording, I'm going to let you hear some of her music. Beautiful songs, beautiful young lady. So when you hear her music, it's amazing, but you can tell she got that coffee house vibe, but she just like to sit and sing. But it's beautiful how she sings. But I know the artist and I know the sound that she wants, but it's not going to come until she really develops herself a little bit more about that. And I'm just in awe about the process. It's a beautiful thing watching kids express themselves, and sing and create things that's from their heart, So back to that good herb talk. So here we go. Now, in the kitchen, like I told you, my coffee pot is my best friend when I want to make some tea. I was in here the other day. I was infusing some herbs together. And what I ended up doing was I end up throwing in some seasoned tea bags. And what I mean by seasoned tea bags is like our flavored tea bags. I had some cozy chamomile tea, and I had some I think it was like a ginger probiotic tea. 2 different brands too. One was Bigelow and one was Bigelow, and the other one was something else. I don't know what the other name of it was, but so and it made the herbs taste delicious. It tastes like my chamomile, because herbs really don't have the best flavor in the world. I'm not going to even lie to you. So the first thing that I've been experimenting with is senna, SENNA. And senna, I got the senna leaves. I didn't go for the pods because they're always sold out. So, and I did offer to send some of the ladies in my Sisters of Yahweh Life Coach group some senna leaves to your house if you wanted some. But I think only like maybe one sister took me up on my offer. But the senna leaves, if you have problems using your bowels, senna leaves is like a miracle from just the Most High, period. You get the leaves, or you can just get the senna tea, the tea bags. I just got the leaves, and I will ball them things. I just put like half a cup. It's like a quarter cup, something like that. I had one of my old measuring cups. Just, you could just take a small cup full of a measuring cup full of leaves, put it in the coffee maker, put a filter first, then put the leaves in, and then just put you 2 bottles. Well, I like mine kind of strong, but I like to make a lot of the time too. So I use about 3 spring water bottles, and anytime I do my herbs, I'm cooking them in spring water, period. Because you want electrical good water. You don't just want to use some stuff from the hydrant. Blech. So I'll take that and I'll run that through. Take those 3 bottles of water, run it through the coffee pot, but then I'll take and put them back through one more time before I drink it. And child, you talk about something that's gonna work you on through. Don't I sound like your grandmama? Because it's just like one of them grandmama gave you something and it tore your stomach up and you went to the bathroom. But it's perfect because it takes 3 hours. 3 hours from when you drink it. So if you drink that stuff all day, you better cut it off at a certain point, or you're gonna be like me and my husband, up all night going to the bathroom and pooping. But it's a glorious, wonderful thing, because that's the first part of getting yourself clean, and you will start breaking out with pimples and everything once your system starts moving and cleaning that bowel out of your system. And that is what Dr. Sebi say is the beginning of your road to health. And we'll be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, and welcome back. So you definitely don't be afraid to use the herbs when you are when we put the senna, when you're using the senna, you definitely want to stop after a certain time of day. So if you have some in the morning, you're going to go to the bathroom at about lunchtime. Your stomach is going to hurt a little bit because things are trying to break itself up and come out, but you're going to have to keep drinking and keep flushing. You should just buy you a few pounds of senna and just have it. And it's not expensive. I get my herbs from the West. Let me see. Let me find my book. I get my herbs from Herbal, HERBCO. And Now, I'm telling you, you do have to pay for shipping, and their shipping is expensive. So if you're gonna order something, just make it worth your while, because you're gonna spend some money for shipping, and there ain't really no way around it unless you're gonna spend like at least $600, and I ain't got that kind of money, so I had to pay for the shipping. But I didn't get a lot of stuff. But the little bit of things that I did get, I got some senna leaves, and the senna leaves are only probably about $2 and some change a bag. But look how much money you spend on laxatives at Dollar General and at Walmart, and maybe not. And a lot of our husbands need to be detoxed. If your husband's stomach is big and bloated, that's doo-doo, and he needs to be cleaned out. My husband, he when he gets the shot dehydrates him. He takes Velcade, and Velcade is for it attacks the myeloma to stop reproducing and everything. It's part of his chemo treatment. So when he gets the shot is acidic, and the shot removes it puts a lot of acid in his blood, and the acid hardens it sucks the moisture out of his bowels. So whatever he got in his stomach, it turns to stone. So I keep having to pump him full of senna, and that is the only thing that works for my husband consistently between, because we was, and also too, they have them on, one thing when you get on cancer, because of Western medicine believes in providing you a pill for everything. So my husband's taking a pill for his iron. He's taking a pill for his stomach because the medicines mess with his stomach. Then he's taking a pill for his vitamin D levels, and then he's taking a pill for this, taking a pill for that. And all those damn pills, his vitamin D levels was still low. His iron levels still was not rising like it was supposed to be. This shit don't work. It doesn't work. And for us to just not question what these doctors are telling us is crazy. We have to question it, because if the only pill that we consistently took and made sure that I made sure that he had was his vitamin D, because I know he's not getting enough, he's not out in the sun, so of course he would be vitamin D deprived, because the melanated man needs vitamin D. But how much vitamin D? How much vitamin D do you need when you're sick and your levels are low? See, that's what they can't tell you. And I couldn't even get a response back from the nurses. And that's when you have to be proactive and do things like that, like go over their head and do your research and find out that when your vitamin D levels are low, you need anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 units per day. Right? So my husband's was so low that I went online. I ordered him some vitamin D3 for about $10. And this stuff, these things are not cheap either, ladies. I do my shopping and my research and everything, but you're going to spend some money. I mean, that's just point blank, period. You're going to spend some money. But imagine what you're investing into. You're investing into your life. Nothing is more important to me than the health of my husband. So I don't care about what I got to do to pay whatever, to see him where I need to see him. And I'm telling you, ladies, if you have husbands, you need to make sure that you feeding him what he needs to eat. Y'all need to, that's your responsibility as the wife. We worrying about so many other things, but how do we cope when our husband is down and we are left to handle everything by ourselves? How do we handle that? And we got to take care of them. Think about that, and I'll be right back after this message. Hey everybody, and welcome back to that Good Herb Talk. But back to what I was saying, I'm telling you, my reality went from 0 to 100 because my husband was not a needy person. I get up in the morning, like I just got the job that I like. I'm working from home, so I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. But then I never realized how much it takes to run my house when I'm doing everything by myself, and I have to take care of my husband. So I don't work full time. I got 3 days off a week, and I only work probably about 4 to 5 hours a day. So yeah, That's my reality, because it's a lot on me, mentally, and also being able to have to take care of everything and still hold a job down. I have to definitely. That's why it's important. Y'all gotta support your girl. Share my station. Just support me, and I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real woman just like you, and one day if our paths are to cross, I'm gonna look out for you. If it's in your will, if it's in the Most High's will for our paths to cross, I'm gonna look out for you. Period. That's how I am. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I want to see everybody win. I want to see my sisters win. You know. So, like I was saying, it's and that's our reality. So it's better. And I knew my husband was not taking care of himself, but I mean, he's a he's small, skinny guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like 6'3", maybe he was 200 at his heaviest, that kind of dude. So he didn't have any pre-existing conditions. This just went from zero to cancer. And I'm like, wait a minute, I wasn't ready for that. But I really didn't have a choice, because I had to get ready. You know what I'm saying? And you really have to be on point, because there's so much stuff involved, and there's so many people who don't mean you no good, and there's so many people be trying to test your patience, and there's so many people who tell you that, oh, I'm there for you, and they're not. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to be strong in your faith. Depend on the Most High to get you through. Listen when he is speaking to you and he is telling you and trying to guide you to do the things that you need to do, because that little voice is your intuition. That's your spirit guiding you and leading you in the right direction. Before you start fussing, calm down and pray first. Calm down, let it sink in, and pray first, and wait for the Most High to give you something to give the say in response. I'm telling you, and I know I'm totally off the subject, but we did talk about the herbs a little bit, y'all. But this is some good tea for y'all. All right, so now when you dealing with your husband, you have got listen. Let him win. Let him win. And let him win. If he feels like he won, then that's a win for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fuss with my husband. I got thousands of other things that I could be doing besides fussing with him. If you say that you want something done, okay, I'm going to say it. Now, I'm not going to just let you say what you want to say out your mouth to me, because I'm a woman too, and I deserve some respect here, because the Most High tell him to deal with us in wisdom. Okay, but let me tell you what you don't do. You don't go word for them. For what? If you wrong, or if they feel like you wrong, what could you say to them that's going to convince them of anything, of any kind of way of changing their mind? And let me remind you, ladies, my husband is older than I am. So you already know I ain't getting no play. Anytime a young woman dealing with a older man, you ain't got no wins, because they already know how you coming at them, because they done been with so many women before you. You can't fool them. So you just stop it. Just stop it and don't even try, because you wasting your time. They see you coming a mile away, and even if you ain't coming like that way, you gonna have to prove to them that you're not coming that way. And that's what most men, when a man finally finds a woman, he is just, he done been through so much. It's like you gonna catch him. You know what I'm saying? So, but we gonna talk about that at another time, because I got a whole, we talk about that stuff right there a whole another time. But getting back to these herbs, utilize the herbs. The herbs is good for you. Change. We gotta slowly. And I know you don't want to hear this, but I think that we sisters that are awake know that it's coming to this. We're gonna have to slowly get away from eating meat. We're gonna have to slowly get away from depending on processed foods to feed us. We're gonna have to slowly get away from this stuff, because it's going to kill us, and it is killing us. And that's all Dr. Sebi was saying. We have to eat the way our ancestors ate before the slave ships, because the food that we consume is not for us. This is what we've been given through our captivity. So And as gardeners, we need to be aware of that. A lot of these, even the regular corn, any kind of corn that you see today is a GMO. Corn is a GMO. Corn, if you really see the original corn seed, if you take your first two fingers and put them together, that's how thick the original corn is. Maybe, just take your first two fingers. If you got little hands, put your first. It's not going to be three. It's going to be them two fingers. Put them two fingers together. And that's how big the original corn back in the days when Christopher Columbus came here. That's the kind of corn they was growing. That corn has been modified over the years to be the corn that it is today. And that's what we're not understanding. But I'm going to bring you back this part and close out right after these messages. Hey everybody, and welcome back to our final episode for this portion. Because I know I done kept y'all and been in y'all ear for the longest right now. Not like, please, Miss Nicole, please let us go. But we have to understand that the food that we eat is not what is nourishing to our bodies, even though we are totally addictive to it. I don't, but I have watched this lady consume all the shellfish. Do you know all the iron and calcium deposits? All the iodine and calcium deposits and stuff she put in her body. Not to mention she's delicious and feasting over the bottom feeders of the earth. So she eating all this boo-boo and all kind of different things. I'm like, you think that that's a feast, but that's really that's gonna be your downfall right there. You have to get that food and stuff out of your body. A lot of one of my videos that went that did pretty good. I had like over 3,000 views about it. Is talking about your period. And as OBGYN, medical assistant that used to assist with procedures for OBGYN, you'll be surprised at the problems that we have as women with our cycles, and I'm telling you, it all goes back to the food and the chemicals and the things that we put on our body just to look good and think that it's no harm. Every single thing that you put in your mouth and in your body affects it. Everything, from the perms that we use to straighten our hair, to the skin cream that we rubbing on ourselves, to the cheeseburger that we eat, to the conch and the everything. And you people who are able to should begin to set up a stable way for you to eat. You should have beans and rice and the try to grow your own fruit, lettuce and tomatoes and different things that your family eats, because I'm telling you, Dr. Sebi was on to something. All these everything is the things that you think is not GMOs. If you're buying tomatoes that's not the cherry tomatoes or the plum tomatoes, you eating a GMO, because this genetically modified to grow in your area. So, like I said, you have to be aware of those things. Things are modified even when we think they're not modified. We think that that's normal, and it's really not normal. So we have to be aware that we've been lied to a lot, and especially about our food and our diet. And the people who suffer is our kids and our loved ones, our husbands, because we the one who feeding them. And I call to you ladies to make sure that you feed not just something quick, something that really is going to nourish them, because we are what we eat. We are what we eat. And a lot of this stuff, what are you doing? Are you, like he said, are you eating to live, or are you living to eat? If we embracing the fact that we are a chosen people, when they kidnapped us from Africa, they did not bring our food with us. You cannot feed a polar bear the same food that you would feed a gorilla. Gorillas cannot eat polar bear food, and polar bears cannot eat gorilla food. That's what Dr. Sebi said. That should make sense to you. We cannot be indulging in these things. We have to slowly begin to change our ways while we're young. You know, while we still active and we got vitality in us. Same things with our husbands. They are the backbone of the family. And I know you're going to go up to some resistance, but you need to explain it to them. But the only way you can explain it to them is you have to educate yourself. You have to educate yourself on this knowledge. You have to apply it. I'll just walk past the candy aisle now at the store. I don't even go down the candy aisle I'm spending more time on the fruits and looking at the fresh fruits. I'm staying away from doing my best to stay away from the potatoes. But my husband is just like, he wants him a burger and some french fries or whatever. You know, I don't have no choice but to entertain it because he is my husband and I try, but I also let him know I can't do that in good conscience. I can't keep giving you white sugar in good conscience because I know that it's not good for you. And once you know that certain things are not good for him, you don't want to give it to him. So I give him agave until I run out. And then if I don't have agave, we try to use some maple syrup. But then I do have a white bag of sugar in here for emergencies, you know, because he's not going to understand. The agave ran out. You can't have no coffee in the morning. And they don't want to hear that. So you have to be flexible, but you make small changes, and small changes really matter in the long run. And I have talked y'all ear off, and I'm sorry. I love you guys, and shalom.